fat is turned to plump, which I kind of get. But we were talking about a hypothetical duck in the situation. I don't think the duck was offended. Also, they dropped the word yellow, which actually makes a lot of sense if you look at the illustration, because they're referring to Susan here, and as we can see, Susan is wearing a red rain jacket, so it doesn't make sense to say yellow duck when she was wearing red. A red cardinal would make more sense, but what do I know? Also, sitting Indian style is switched to cross-legged, which I feel like that's okay, you know? Like, I feel like that's more recognizable for modern readers than Indian style. Also, they cut a lot of extra dialogue for Mrs. Hargett when she discovers them peeking outside the window of the knitting bee. Which is funny because it's kind of a running joke throughout the Molly books that Mrs. Hargett is a bit extra. I think that's how the kids today would describe her, a bit extra. So to me, having her kind of like go on and on and on when she finds Molly, Linda, and Susan, especially since Allison was like worried that they weren't coming at all, like that kind of establishes or backs up the idea that characters canonically think she's a little off, you know? Or not off, but a little strange. There we go. But to be fair, I guess you could say our main characters are a little strange, so strangeness is relative. They also heavily cut Grace's dialogue here. And I feel like it weakens the scene a little bit. I mean, they still have the she wailed here, but I feel like you don't have as much dialogue to build up the emotion with as you did in the original. Also, for some reason, they cut the tidbit that she looked like she was about to cry. I don't know, maybe the proofreaders thought it was stupid that someone was about to cry because they got so frustrated trying to knit a freaking sock. But still, you broke down the emotion in that scene by taking that out. Also, strange tidbit that they cut the mention of Molly's fingers being sore from being pricked with the needle from sewing all the knitted squares together. And can I just say, as someone who has been doing hand sewing fairly continuously lately, I can relate. That happens a lot. You know, you focus on something else for a little bit, and next thing you know, you've pricked your finger.